Hey there, welcome to episode 8 of the Second Lunch podcast. Are we on 8 now?
Yep. No. Yep.
Each episode has to start with me not being able to count. We have a guest with us today, the lovely, very handsome Nolan Culver. I've known Nolan for probably like a decade now. I don't know. When did you start comedy? Was I already...
2014?
Yeah, so I was already managing the Comedy Underground. Yeah. Nolan sucked balls at first.
It wasn't Milton? I'm not going to blow past that. But.
I was definitely at least working there when you were new. I remember you being new. You and Joey Cruz, I think, were kind of knocking around together.
Yeah.
And I remember every time I see a new comic, I'm like, this is the worst. And that happened with you.
Yeah.
But then there was this other thing that happened with you where I was like, but damn it, I like him. And so it was always a pleasure to have you around. You're good at stand-up now. You are...
And now you hate me.
And now I hate your guts, yeah. You were a successful small business owner. Tell us a little bit about what's happening in your world.
We got Third Wheel Podcast Studio, our boy Jake on the keys right here.
Hot Jake on the ones and twos.
With his King Felix Hernando jersey opening day out here in Seattle. We got 3 studios. Started with old Mazzotti, Mikey Mazzotti. Also was a manager. Your successor,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
And so we got 2 spots in LA now, two podcast studios. We got this guy in Seattle, and then we got a venue in LA too.
I would also like to add that though Nolan and I are great friends, he's still charging us to record.
That's
so
right. You got to keep it separate.
So this is a good time to pitch. Good time to pitch our merch. If you click the link below, you can.
We need to sell a few $5 koozies here.
You can help us offset.
Yeah.
The cost. I'm actually very happy to pay. It's always good to support comics who are doing cool things.
I give you a big discount because normally $4,000. I charge you guys $2,000.
That's rent in Indianapolis. God damn it. So, I am a little bit low energy today, so it's good to have a third wheel here with us. I almost didn't come. I was just going to have Nolan and Cole do the pod for me. I figured the perfect replacement for somebody talking about being fat, hairy, and looking old would be somebody who is skinny, hairless, and how old? Aren't you like a million years old? And
36,
you look like you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
you look like you're like 20.
This is like some Portrait of Dorian Gray shit where
damn it.
I'm the one aging in real time. And no one's trapped in a basement somewhere.
What would you rather be? Would you rather be older and look young or whatever is happening to me?
Fatty liver disease?
Among other things, yeah. Pre-diabetic means I don't have it yet. So
yeah.
We needed somebody on the show that wasn't going to talk about poop and masturbation.
Well,
yeah, we've gotten some complaints.
We did.
We got a couple.
Those are my names. I didn't know.
That was my opener.
Those
Damn
were my. You see me scribbling.
Yeah. You got to talk about what you know.
Note card says poop 7 times.
Yeah, we had a couple people. 7 times in a row, as if he was going to forget after the first 6. He had to write it the 7th time.
Good measure.
And then I still forget. I leave. I go, come on.
I left the note card in the car.
You missed it.
You missed it.
There's so many times you could have talked about poop.
Yeah, jacking off to poop.
Yeah. Jacking off with poop.
No. I had a couple people reach out to me, people who I really respect their opinion, and they're like, hey, podcast is great, but you guys talk about poop and jacking off a lot. And I just have one thing to say to those people. Diarrhea.
Very mature. Also, well, I think one of the foundations of the complaint was also that it's named Second Lunch. So people may be enjoying their lunch.
Right.
And then it's like, tell me about the worst time you destroyed your plumbing.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem.
Yeah. You're telling me you can't finish your Five Guys?
I feel like the brand, it's right on brand with the logo. I feel like,
You're telling me that guy's not shitting his brain.
Exactly, yeah.
What do you think are in those toilet paper? In those briefcases right there.
Yeah, what are the odds?
Oh, that's the first time I've ever had a prop on here. I love that it's toilet paper.
I mean, that's basically, it's on my family crest, I think.
All right, so you just want to jump into Tinderella? So we have this thing. I'll explain it for Nolan. We just ask each other like questions you might ask on a first date. This has gone this is totally out of hand at this point. These are questions that you would never ask somebody on a date. But, that was kind of how this started, just to kind of get to know each other.
That's what you guys
in a more natural way,
right.
So people could kind of get to know us without us just launching into stories at random. So we'll ask some questions. Would you rather answer first, or you want me to answer first, and you can?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down for whatever, man.
Okay.
All right, Nolan, are you ticklish?
Yeah, very.
Where?
Very. I mean, pretty much all the main spots.
All the main spots?
Yeah, I'm like a baby.
Tell me where.
That was sinister.
Yeah. Where is it?
You're fixing to get tickled, buddy. So
I guess, dude.
You want me to guess, or are you
know.
going to tell me?
Yeah.
So armpits, sides.
Sides, armpits. I mean, if you get down deep into the gooch, it's probably it's probably pretty ticklish.
Gooch tickles.
there.
Yeah, it depends on the hands. That's for sure. You see, that's the thing for me. I actually don't know if I'm ticklish. I don't, because sometimes people try to tickle me, nothing. But sometimes I think it's the fingers. I think this is like, it depends on the person.
Technique.
Yeah.
There is a technique to tickling, I think. And
Yeah.
for me, it's like, I think that I'm ticklish, but I'm not sure, because it might just be that somebody's really good at tickling. Maybe all of us are ticklish. You just need the right tickler.
Have you guys ever had somebody say no in terms of like that they're not ticklish? Is that even possible to be not? I didn't even know you.
I've never asked this question before. in my
okay,
life,
okay.
So.
I will say there are, people that say that, but I feel like there's still you have to.
They just don't want you to tickle them.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you go like I'm not ticklish there. If there's somebody that's like that with an armpit, that'd be kind of crazy.
Don't
I
touch
feel
my
like
butt cheek. Don't touch my butt cheek.
I feel like you're kind of. That feels a little bit psychopathy to me. If you are not ticklish at all.
Oh yeah, for
there's
sure.
a little like darkness in
There's
your
no way
soul.
Dahmer was ticklish.
Yeah. You can't tickle Ted Bundy off you. You were like, oh,
Oh, stop murdering me.
tickle fingers. Yeah, dude. If I was trying to murder somebody, you just tickled me, I'd be done. I'd be like, I'm out of here.
The ultimate
Stop it.
self-defense.
Yeah.
It's like punching a shark in the nose. Like, who knew this was to dispatch the murderer?
Ah, shit, you got me.
You got me.
Go.
Figured it out.
Probably gonna need stitches for that. But.
Who told you?
What about you, Cole? You.
I am ticklish, but where you were saying, people will just say they're not ticklish so they don't get tickled. Those people have to do that because they don't have a face like mine. Because I look very much like I don't want to be tickled, like I never have been tickled.
Shit, I've never tried to tickle you. I'll sneak attack you now.
It's because I've got that orphanage face.
Oh, that was funny and sad. That's really.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, it's funny. Yeah. Yeah, when you say like you don't or you've never been tickled, there is a sadness to that. Like nobody's ever reached down and played with me. It's like a sad.
Is this a good time for a Mike story?
Nobody's ever.
Oh, Mike's form of tickling, everything he does is harsh. So he'd do like the Spock lock, which he basically jams his hand into your neck.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is a really fun opportunity. I want you to briefly explain who Mike is to Nolan.
Oh, yeah. Mike is my dad. He's a bricklayer in his 50s, and he's just a wild alcoholic, drug-using maniac that, like, one time I was just musing to a friend, like, haha, I bet every time you smoke crack, you lose 2 years off your life. And from the other room, I just hear, bullshit, if that were true, I'd be negative 1,012.
That's awesome.
1,012.
Yeah.
That guy's going to give you a ride home later.
Yeah.
That is your ride.
He knows the exact amount of times he smoked crack and did the math that
He's like
quick.
a savant. It's like Goodwill Hunting, but with a light bulb involved.
Yeah. It's an impressive man. It's very impressive.
Yeah, we've talked about how he camels up. He doesn't drink water for like a week on end, and then he'll just sit in front of the faucet for just continually refilling
That's
like a Heineken
hilarious.
bottle or something. Got to get your week's nutrients. But no, that we'll probably talk more about Mike later. I do want to ask Chris, since you wrote this question, when did you lose your virginity?
Well, you guys say it first. I don't want to sound like a nerd.
Oh
No, I wrote this
Old
question.
Country Buffet.
I was 16, and I think the more important part of the question is like how. what was the circumstance. That's always more interesting.
Via sex.
What? That's how you do it. Yeah, for me it was this is a no shame answer. We're just gonna come right out with it. I couldn't come. Could not for the life of me. I was too nervous. I was like, am I doing this right? Really in my own head. So we were just at it for like an hour and some change.
Wow.
And then there was just way too much friction had happened for anybody to not be hurting. And we were just like, think that we're going to call it a day.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
It's like when you get into the 13th inning and the weather, you're just like, try again tomorrow.
We're out of pitchers. We are out of pitchers.
It's going to be it.
I was going to put Yadier Molina in on the mound.
So you're saying me finishing myself is putting in a position player to pitch?
It's like, if we have to, I'll do it.
Here comes
Joe
Eric
West says-
Sogard.
The sexual metaphors with baseball getting weirdly specific. How does Ozzy Albus fit into this?
Yeah.
What about you? How old were you?
I was also 16.
How
and
weird was it?
Not necessarily. I mean, we were sleeping like 6 feet from my dad's grow room. So it's like, it just smells like a fucking rainforest down here. Like clay pellets all over the floor and shit. Yeah, well, sometimes the grow room floods. But my key problem was that I lost my virginity to a song by the Shins, which is just lame. It's just not. Had I known
Which
that
song?
probably new slang.
Yeah.
I doubt it was a deep cut. I was
Yeah.
16. I'm not diving into like the KEXP logbook here.
Trying to be a hipster.
Yeah, super cool. If I knew I was going to get laid that night, I would have played myself something inspiring like The Boys Are Back in Town or something.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No More Tears by Ozzy Osbourne, something to really get in the zone. But yeah, if I could go back in time, that's the detail I would change. The song choice.
Just the song.
Yeah. Nolan,
Yeah.
your turn.
Nolan, when did you lose
I
your
didn't come
virginity?
either
a
because
week ago.
Hey, oh, bang!
Hey, because he looks. Kill me now.
Because he's living healthier.
Go. 15, and I was hammered, and
You're
I didn't.
so cool.
I didn't come either.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a whoop whoop. You had a better
I barely
reason.
could get it up. I was like mashing it.
mashing
It
it.
was a disaster.
What were the reviews? What did she say?
She was pretty drunk too. I think we
Oh,
both,
good.
I think we
Perfect.
both barely
Yeah.
knew what was
no
happening.
harm, no foul.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, that's high school.
Yeah.
So what about your first one that counted?
It's
That was a girlfriend, and that was pretty solid. That was just normal.
Did you?
But it was like way later. I had sex once 15, once 18, and then the next time I had sex was when I was with my wife. Was with her.
Gross.
I know.
I mean that's beautiful. Were what are you? Were you raised religious, or you just look like you were?
I look like it, and I was.
like how we're conflating health with faith. Like,
No, come
clearly
on.
we're two godless
Look at him.
slobs.
This guy
God'll-
is trying to
God'll-
convert me to
It
Mormonism.
looks like
Yeah,
I had
I mean,
premarital sex with a cheeseburger.
As much as I can. I was raised. I was white trash, like poor white trash.
Oh.
So but I was a preacher in college. I
What?
became religious. I had to grow into this face. I was like, I got to do something with this thing. I'm built for this.
They're not going to believe this character.
Yeah, this white trash thing ain't adding up.
Holy shit! So are you still religious? We really should not get into religion. We won't. But are you still?
No, not really.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right, good. Fuck those guys.
No,
the
it's just
gloves.
like I've never met a stand-up comic who is religious myself, like outwardly at least.
No, I mean, no. But yeah, I was like a hardcore, preacher, Christian, the whole thing for like 5 years.
And
then,
then you got to a point where you're like, I'm fucking killing up here. I should
yeah.
start slinging jokes.
I'm tired of doing a clean five.
Yeah, that's literally I've been talking about that, but that I was trying to because the preachers I liked when I was a preacher were funny, so
Yeah.
I would write material.
Nice.
You're supposed to they would always start with a good story. So any sermon would be like, here's a Bible verse, and then like a 15-minute story that's supposed to be funny. So I would actually write material, and some of the first jokes I ever did when I sucked ass were like shit I did, when I was a preacher.
Oh shit, dude! It might have killed in church. I wasn't thinking
Yeah,
about
that's
it that way.
Yeah, it was the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Tuesday night at the Underground. They're not ready for that heat.
Yeah, it turns out they're not as receptive in Pioneer Square. There are preachers. They stand on a soapbox, but
Yeah.
they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they have a megaphone outside of the Mariners game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Telling me not to go to the Rolling Stones concert. Like, they're 80. They're not going to convince me to do anything. All right. Chris, what's the funniest crime?
Littering. For sure.
See,
It still makes me
I
laugh.
already talked about this.
We have talked about it. I know that I wanted to ask you this question. That's why I wrote it.
Oh, I see. See, I was going to take it a similar route, but just slightly more extreme, which is illegal dumping, because it gives you, there's a lot more breadth than the crime. And having committed some of these crimes with my dad on like side jobs where it's like, you take all the carpet out of a house and you just leave it somewhere. And you're like, who's going to deal with that? No clue.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
that
big
is-
littering.
that is
Big littering.
This is
It's like manslaughter.
This
That's
is-
yours is cold-blooded murder. This guy's a psycho.
There was one time that Goodwill wouldn't take our stuff, and he just drove around to the back of the Goodwill and left it there. And it's like 14. I'm just an accomplice.
What kind of stuff do you have that Goodwill's like?
Your whole life you thought Goodwill was a dump. You're like, let's go to the dump. Somebody's like, you want to go to Goodwill this
It's
Saturday?
shit
You're like,
that
why?
I got from there
It sounds
too.
lame.
Do you have something to drop off there?
Yeah,
or-
we dump it. I don't want to help you move.
If I've learned anything from my mom, it's that when you're poor, that attempts to like upcycle, like to slightly upgrade your furniture, happens at a way higher clip. Like,
Yeah.
if you're somebody that's got some cash and you buy like a $1,500 couch,
Oh, that's
you're
a
not
great
going to be
point.
interested in what's on the corner, but $20 couch for a $40 couch, hey!
There's
That's
only
a really
3
good
bloodstains
point.
on
Yeah,
this one.
yeah, yeah.
I made $20, and all it cost me was some of my sweat equity. All I had to do was lug it from 12 blocks up the street to my fucking house.
That's a good point. Like if you buy Target pants because they're cheap and they work, but you have to buy them every like 6 months. You know what I mean? That's a great point with the furniture. I never thought of that. We were always dealing with new furniture.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. And
I like the idea of a slight upgrade because you're like, I'm not sure what's better about this, but there is something.
I have literally picked up a couch off the street, taken it home to put my current couch on the street.
Yeah.
See,
just
there's somebody
swap
with
it.
a $10 couch that's like,
That's
how
not
much?
illegal dumping. That's a net even.
It's a swap meet.
Yeah.
This is
We do that in my apartment building, actually.
Who says the trickle down effect is bullshit?
We have this
I
table.
got a new couch.
We have this table by the elevator where it's like, it's also right next to the garbage chute. So it's clearly people who are like taking things to the garbage chute and they're like,
Yeah,
might
maybe
be a
somebody
little-
wants
this
this.
might be a little nice to throw out.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it on the table.
Yeah.
And
This car seat has legs.
so we do that all the time. And then at one point, Katie was like, it's probably time to get rid of the porn DVDs. We hardly watch them.
We have Blu-ray now.
We've upgraded.
No,
our-
we had actually just gotten the internet.
Yeah.
But she was like, it's probably time to get rid of them. So I put them all in a box. Pretty sizable box.
Are they your guys' like co-owned?
Oh, no.
You said we got to get rid of
No,
our
they're
porn DVDs.
They're 100% mine. She
Okay.
could, if we got a divorce, she could try to take half, but I'm not letting that happen.
You could take custody.
You can take the kids.
You
Leave my
you get them
DVDs.
every third day. So I put them all in a box. I wrote porn on every side of including the bottom, and left it at the swap meet. I went down to get the mail.
Gone.
It was gone when I came back up. I just hope, and I know that this is probably wrong, I hope I made some like 13-year-old's day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He was like, anal MILFs 3. Yes.
That's a far
Kidding
cry
me?
from like finding your dad's nudies in the woods. Or
Yeah,
something.
a
Yeah.
whole
I
box.
found a box.
Yeah, he's gonna remember that day forever. But I'm sure it was some 85-year-old man. Yeah.
Who just doesn't understand the internet. He's still
Yeah.
working on TV. He's like, oh my god.
He's
Or
had
he's-
the same DVD since '92.
Or he's like a collector, you know, where somebody's like, I got 59 out of the 60 National Geographics from this.
Yeah, you got the set.
I'm hoping. Yeah, exactly. If this guy has Asians Teens 9, I'm going to be fucking covered.
What was the question? Oh yeah, Nolan, funniest crime. What do you think?
Oh man. That's a good one. I don't know. Let's see here. You guys said littering. I mean, jaywalking's pretty ridiculous. the fact that that's an actual crime.
I love it when you see somebody jaywalking less than like a quarter of a block from an actual crosswalk. It's like
I'll do that.
Very punk rock.
I don't respect pathways. Oh man, what's a funny crime? Let's see. I mean, murder's pretty funny. Have you guys ever done it? Hilarious.
Hilarious.
Me and my dad would get together on a Sunday, hack a couple of guys up. It was a riot.
Classic.
Yeah, I don't know. What's a funny crime, dude? I don't know. Peeing in public? That's a funny one.
That's a very funny
Pissing
We
in
covered
public?
that on the pod.
Yeah.
I think I'm batting 500 on having to pee in public after this podcast because we really get after the beers on here.
When I Ubered, I would get in all these panic pee situations because you're Ubering, you're drinking coffee, and then you're just in the city. And, you know what I mean? Oh, dude, I've peed so many places. I peed.
There's no better way to earn street cred.
With
What's
street
this?
folk?
What's this honky doing to my neighbor? Oh, hold on.
He's just brazenly peeing in the street. Dude, I peed out my driver's side door. Just like this, into a street, downtown LA, 4:00 in the afternoon.
So
I
wait,
had to
was
pee
the
so
dick
bad.
out or just the stream?
Oh, I mean, no, yeah, I mean it was out. It was
Because
out.
it would
obviously.
be hilarious. I'm not
But I was
trying
just
to
leaning
see.
because I was trying to hold the door in a way that nobody would kind of notice. So I had it half open and dick out and kind of
like the idea
down.
of like limp legged, like
Yeah, I had to.
I'm
yeah.
not trying to see any spare dick, but if I'm driving down the road and I just see a little ding-a-ling hanging out the side of a car door,
Yeah,
go crazy.
That's-
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
You just made my day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be pretty stoked if I had enough to hang out the door. You know what I mean? I was just leaning. You know what I mean?
I'm more sitting on a hairy button here.
Yeah. It took mostly body to get the angle.
We're working a lot of hip into this.
more hip. Yeah.
Oh, the public urination's also funny because for the level of crime I think it is versus how much it'll get you on the sex offender registry. On a
That's what.
long
Yeah,
enough
that's why it's. Yeah.
My
The
dad-
level that it can go is pretty insane. For you just have to piss.
My dad knew a guy that had 2 strikes. He had got caught peeing in public once, and then a different time in a dispute, shit on a guy's car.
Okay.
Yeah, that you deserve a strike.
That's
for
a crime.
That.
Yeah, that's vandalism, right?
Yeah, that's well, and it was
Yeah, but a sex crime?
well because he had his ball sack, and
he had a
you know you
dick up
gotta.
his ass while he did it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He was getting fucked in the ass while.
You can actually shit in public totally nude.
Yeah, that's fine.
As soon as the sex act
Just
comes
as
into
soon
play.
as you got-
What
yeah.
what minute are we at, Jake? How many minutes before we start talking about poop again? All right, 23 minutes.
Wow,
It's not bad.
I'm doing pretty good. I haven't made it
Let's
for too
go
long.
poop stuff.
All right. Well, in that spirit, what's the most suspicious thing you own?
Oh yeah, that was a great question. Suspish.
You have to have an answer to this, Cole. While we're
I was
thinking.
gonna say, can you? Do either you have?
Yeah,
one?
I've got a couple.
I
Things
thought about that one for a
definitely
second.
enter the realm of suspicious. I have WD-40 scented cologne.
Okay. Yeah.
So
why wouldn't you just use WD-40?
it's
Yeah.
because this is somehow more pungent. And I
It's
think that,
condensed.
and I think depending on what you're trying to do, there could be some risk with using WD-40. But see, I'm not saying it's suspicious just to have it, but like in terms of practical use cases, only crime.
Yeah.
Only
I was
crime.
gonna say, what are you doing that you're like, I better smell like WD-40 if
Yeah.
somebody comes knocking, you know?
Oh man. Oh god, do I have anything else? I mean, I have some camping stuff that Ashley is getting increasingly suspicious of. Like I've got it starts with a wood splitting axe and you're like, yeah, okay. But then you get a machete and all of a sudden, you know, it's not cool anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, oh, I do own a crossbow as well. I had this period of time where I was like, society's going to collapse, but I still
Right.
don't want to own a firearm.
Wow.
Here's my middle ground. Here's my
Wow.
compromise.
That's noble of you. You're just out there with a bow, just getting shot immediately.
Oh yeah.
You're like, I'm trying to be a good goose.
Yeah, I'm so dead. I'm so fucked in the. I had this as a future bit, but let's just jump into it. I'm so doomed in either the post-apocalypse or the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Either of those, like my skill set is so useless. Oh, you're an English grad. Yeah, dude, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
You're getting skinned in the first
I
12 minutes.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
I think our whole generation is fucked in that. I know one guy. This is a question that's fun. Do you know anybody in your life that if things really hit, you're like, you'd hit that person up because they know what they're doing if shit went down? Do you guys have that person in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like we all have one.
At least one.
Yeah. That you're like,
mine is my entire family in the Midwest.
Oh, okay. You got good country folk.
They got plenty of guns.
And you feel like they can they have survival skills?
Yeah, I've seen them like do stuff to deer. What is it when you
dress a deer? Dress a deer.
Sure. Let's
Yeah,
call it
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Whatever that is. I would never do it. I'll eat it later.
I've got family in Alaska. I would turn to them, but if they knew what they were doing, they would be like, "Yeah, come," and then take advantage, just like kill me and take my stuff. I'm just thinking of the post-apocalypse.
That's a great way to survive.
Yeah,
that is a survivalist mentality.
Come on over.
Yeah.
Fucking Oregon Trail. How fucking stupid was the Donner Party? Bunch of morons. I had this thing in high school. I used to go
like
to like Red Robin
poor people.
Well,
or something and be like, it's just Donner Party of 5.
Yeah.
Just so I could hear them say Donner Party of 5.
Yeah.
So stupid, but it made me laugh.
You did it?
That's
a classic bit.
All the time.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah.
We all did it.
We all did the
Thank God
Donner.
it wasn't just me.
I was thinking Donner was they're like famous. I bet so many people were eating each other.
Donner more like Dahmer Party.
Oh, bang!
That's a reference too for
this podcast is going straight to the top.
No doubt about it. Got bits like that, it's over.
No, but you're probably right. Like that's the most notorious case.
Yeah, I'm sure there was I'm sure the Donner like descendants are like, fucking dude, everybody. The Jacksons were eating each other. Dude.
Yeah.
You weren't there, dude. Everybody was eating each other.
Shit, what if Dahmer was just like, we got to change our name so people don't think we're the Donners, but it runs in your fucking blood, dude.
They're all eating people still.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that taste.
Fucking ghouls, man. All right.
It's hard to procreate when you keep eating your babies. If they made it this far, I'd be like,
it's like the Goya painting. Saturn devouring his fucking litter of kids. All right, Chris, do you have a most suspicious thing you own?
Oh, that I should talk about? Probably not.
I thought we were friends here.
I do. Well,
yeah, we're all. It's just open book, bro. No risk.
I sound like a creep, but anytime a girl has left some underwear behind, I've kept them. I'm not doing anything with them, but I also haven't gotten rid of them. It's the thing.
Yeah. So you didn't put them in the porn box?
No, I got them out.
Yeah.
I can't also give this kid pain. He doesn't even know where he can't even appreciate them fully.
No, he has no idea.
No, he has no idea.
He doesn't know what he's getting into.
He's got no clue.
The thrill is in the history.
He hasn't earned it.
Doesn't know the story behind these. I got these at the mustard seed.
Oh, God, dude. You cannot. Okay. Yeah, Shane reminded me of this the other day. Nolan, I'm sure you know I'm a big Packer fan, right? There's this bar in Bellevue called the Mustard Seed. It's like a big Packer bar or whatever. And I was dating this woman. I need to stop saying girl. When I was in college.
This little girl.
And I don't know. At the time, I was, I think, 3 years older than her. And like she was 19 and I was 22, I think. And we went to the Mustard Seed, and I used to go there for all the Packer games. So like the people there knew me. And the guy who runs the place, Jerry, comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, Chris, it's so good to see you. What is this your daughter?" And he points at my girlfriend because I fucking looked like this, and she looked like a 19-year-old would look. And I just keep thinking, like, like, how fucking bad do I look that when I was 22, he was like 19? Yeah, that's got to be his fucking kid.
Damn,
And he didn't even think for a second, like, maybe he's fucking her.
Yeah.
Not even for a second. He was
Right.
like, that's his fucking kid. So,
yeah.
we broke up like 2 days later. She was like, that was too weird. That was way too weird.
We could never bounce back from that, can we? Nope. Okay. See you later.
Yeah, but
Were you one of those kids, you had a beard when you were like 12? Fifth grade?
Fifth grade I started shaving, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like really dope back then.
When are you going to grow your first beard?
I'm working on it. But it's dope back then. Like I knew a kid like that, but then, right when I'm 28 looking 18 for the first time, then they're finally looking, 45. God. But when they were 12, they were crushing it.
Yeah.
Like this kid, oh God, I can't even imagine.
It's like the kid that's going to be the Little League legend, but craps out in college.
Dude, and just like every girl, like from 12 to 18, I was, I feel like you kind of get all of life right then in those 6 years. Like he had everything. He was the coolest. He got girls constantly.
Oh, well, I fucking blew that opportunity. Holy shit.
It turns out aging in dog years doesn't work for everybody the same
way. Oh God, I keep hoping it's gonna like even out at some point. I'm like, all right, I might look 50, but maybe when I'm 50, I'm gonna look the same.
I think it's evening out. I think you look similar age to me as the day I met you. Really, a little. Like...
Oh, I'm really sad for that guy too, because that was kind of the shitty thing. Actually, was being 22, running a comedy club.
Yeah.
And looking 50, people expect me to act like a 50-year-old. Dude, not only was I not 50, I was 22, not medicated.
Yeah, you seemed responsible.
Like I needed to be.
You looked like you had responsibility. Like you looked like
as I'm walking into the walk-in cooler and just taking 6-packs out.
And then when you find out I'm older than you, and I'm like, I'm looking up to this guy.
Yeesh. Yeah.
This 10 years vet. He's got all the wisdom.
I had been doing comedy since I was 16.
That's
when did you start doing stand-up?
I was 27.
You're 27?
That's the other weird thing about the whole age, because you actually started young too.
Mm-hmm.
So like you kind of you were like 7 years in, or I don't know how long by the time I got in.
This story's not that good, but we'll tell it anyway because it's whatever. We're gonna tell
and
it
we're
anyway.
Gonna take our time.
Yeah,
we're gonna slow things down a little bit.
First time I did stand-up was at Giggles, which is now Laughs. And Terry Taylor, rest in peace, was running the place. And nobody knew I was 15 maybe at the time, actually. And
did you have gout at this point?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. I had already had my first case of gout at that point.
At 15?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was a funny thing.
I don't even know what the gout is.
First time I had gout. You don't know what gout is?
It's a belly thing or a foot thing?
Oh, it's a foot thing. Your foot. Well, it's a joint thing. Basically, little crystals form in your joints that are really sharp and stabby, and it just swells up and makes you. I've considered cutting my toe off before. Very sincerely, it hurts really.
Damn.
Like you can't even have a sheet on it or like put on a sock.
Oh,
it's brutal. It's also a very fat guy thing to have. So anyway, I'm
either fat guy or like royalty from the 17th century. That's what happens when you eat foie gras all day.
Yeah, fish and red meat and stuff will set it off. Shellfish especially. Anyhow, sorry. I'm doing my first open mic, first time I'm ever on stage, right? And I'm at Giggles. I go up, and this was back when open mic was like 10 minutes. You would get 10 minutes at the open mic.
What?
But this night there was so many people there. They're like, we're cutting it down to 8. And I was like, okay,
8 minutes.
Well, I have
So
10.
like 10 people.
I'm gonna take one bit out. But I also heard people tell me, because I asked some comics that I knew before, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna go through your material quicker than you think. So I go up on stage, and I got 2 laughs in however long I was up there, and they were both at the end. So I get up there, and I'm getting heckled immediately. I was so bad, the heckler got bored and left. Wow. He was in the front row. I remember seeing his face going from, and he's just like, Jesus, yeah. I can't be a part of this.
Picking on a kid.
I gotta get it.
Right?
But he didn't.
I think I feel like an idiot.
But he didn't know that. See, nobody knows that I'm 16 at this point in time because I look like this.
Right.
I look like I'm 35 and maybe divorced.
Right.
And so I'm just fucking eating shit. and then I see somebody waving their cell phone in the back. Now,
You don't
I
know.
had read online that there's a light.
Right.
And so I was like, that's the weirdest way to get heckled ever, not knowing that that was the light.
Yeah.
Being like, okay, wrap it up.
Right.
So I just keep going. And then I see it again.
Well,
now
things were going so well.
At this point, when I see it the second time, I'm at 10 minutes. So I'm already 2 minutes past where we were supposed to be.
What are you even saying at this point?
I'm just doing the jokes that I thought I was going to go through super fast, and
You
that,
said first time.
which is why I was like, okay, well, that bit that I cut out, I'll just do that because I haven't gotten the light yet. And so then I'm continuing to eat shit. Terry Taylor opens the door, shines a flashlight on my face. And I'm like, okay, that's the light. I got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I just keep going. I finally get 2 laughs at the end, but then I come off stage and Mitch Burrow steps in front of me as I'm like take a beeline for the street, like just trying to step into traffic instantly.
Yeah.
And put myself out of my misery. And Mitch steps in front of me. He's like, hey, man, that's not fucking cool. We never get this many people at this open mic, and you're up here running the light. Like, he just goes in on me hard.
Yeah.
Bad enough that Terry Taylor, who is not known for being a kind man, stepped in and was like, Mitch, he brought 16 people. He can burn the light as much as he wants.
Oh, shit.
And he got him off my back. And,
oh, man. Yeah.
So then I went and tried to step into traffic, but there's nobody there. But
Dude, I bombed a joke with Dave and Angela at Laughs because they were like, we were at Terry's funeral, whatever day that was.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him that night. They were like, I was like, oh, it's sad. And then they said something like, it was a weird vibe. The decorations were weird. I was like, yeah, but he doesn't care, right? Nothing. I got nothing. I thought that would hit.
Chili
They
dog.
looked at me. They just looked at me. I didn't know what else to say. I don't know Terry. I mean, I was like, sad. How it's terrible, but I didn't know what else to say. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Might as well do a bit.
Yeah, we're all standing here. It's a comedy club.
we are in a comedy club.
Yeah.
All right.
Where the fuck are we now, Cole? What's going on?
We're at the last Tinderella question at this point.
Can I have one of
Unless,
these?
oh, yeah.
yeah.
Those are, I grabbed extras for you.
Yeah, go great. How many
Unless
do you want?
we're still talking about most suspicious thing you own, because I think Nolan maybe
Oh, yeah.
owes
you
us
didn't
that
answer.
answer.
Yeah. I was trying to think fucking, I don't know, dude, baseball cards? I feel like that's weird. That's a weird thing to still own.
See, by calling something so benign suspicious, now that's way
Yeah,
more
yeah.
suspicious. Like, why do you think it's suspicious?
I'm suspicious of myself, dude. Like, why do I have these? They're not worth anything. It's like the backup catcher from like the 92 Mets. They're not.
This Mickey Tettleton card's not going to be worth fucking millions
Yeah, dude.
someday.
It's a Fleer 95 of Dan Marino. It's like, dude, football cards aren't a thing.
We're talking about when I was 22. Very literally when I was 22. I bought a safe. All I put in it was my baseball cards.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the manager of the comedy underground was
Mentally
at.
was at.
Yeah, all these people treating me like
Well,
I'm...
what's weird to that, we've moved. I can't even count how many times. I don't think I have things I've kept. Like, I get rid of shit. That's the only thing I have since I was like a kid. I think that might be one of the only things I have since I was a little kid. They seem so valuable because when
Right.
you're a kid, they're such a big deal,
Mhm.
and they're becoming more valuable now.
Yeah.
They are.
Like literally more valuable. But so I get that. I have all my baseball cards, and they're in pristine condition in a bag. I haven't lost one.
I love it.
I don't have any.
I love it.
I love the idea of that also being suspicious.
Yeah, and then that also just makes me feel like, who am I? What
Can't
is this?
trust
Like the
it.
cops are going to be searching your place, and they're like,
All right.
wait a second.
All right, dig
Baseball
deeper.
cards. Yeah.
Something else going on here. Check his hard drives.
Pictures of baseball cards. Dun, dun, dun.
Little League. It's the Little League World Series. A-Rod was in that line.
10-year-old Cody Bellinger. What the fuck?
The Bellevue team was great.
He was hot. Can't we all agree he was hot?
Then it does turn to better.
Dude, I saw. It's so funny you said that of all people. 'Cause I saw a random video of Cody Bellinger, like probably from Little, and I was like, God, that's like a beautiful young kid man. Like he was like a gorgeous kid.
Yeah.
I just happened to think that in my memory.
It is weird when you see kids and you're like, that's going to be a beautiful
be a
person,
good-looking
because you're like,
fucker.
wait, was that pedophilia, or am I still good? I don't want to fuck them. I'm just saying they're going to be pretty one day.
It's light
The
pedophilia.
lady doth protest too much.
Pedophilia is on a
The louder you yell, I wasn't trying to fuck a kid. You know, it's like a Chinese finger trap.
Just
You're getting deeper in. You're getting deeper in.
Just whisper it, bro. Just whisper it. You'll be way better off if you whisper it.
If I whisper, I don't want to fuck a kid.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true. Put a little bass behind it, then it also adds. No, I never thought.
Starting to get the impression there's no way you can
Yeah,
say that.
I think there's no way out. Because then you go ice cold. I don't want to fuck kids. Everybody's like, Jesus.
Yeah, all right. I thought
All right,
we were doing
I
a
get
bit.
it. Okay, we get it. You're dead serious.
Yeah, Chris Jesser, we're 40 minutes in and we've got through Tinderella.
I told you.
It's 6:52. So we're not going to get through all this stuff. I do think it would be fun to talk about buildings that used to be something else.
Holy shit, dude. When I was in Arizona is where I noticed it the most. Like, you're always going to drive past that, like, Starbucks that was clearly a Pizza Hut before, right? But I drove past this building and I was like, my eyes tell me State Farm, but my heart is telling me KFC, right? Like, that was...
Because they
I
put
get
State Farm on a bucket of chicken out front that's spinning.
I get that we are keeping the color red here. Like,
Right.
that was, they were like,
pretty
it's
much
red, it's good. Yeah, we'll buy it. We'll take it. But how do you can't get the smell of fried chicken out of that much fried chicken? You can't get that out of there.
Yeah.
So then I started thinking, like, maybe that's how they sell their shitty insurance. They bring you in there, smells like fried chicken, feels like home. That's how they fucking get you. It would get me.
Is this like at the Jiffy Lube where they give me coffee, but I go in and they give me a bucket of chicken? Like, that's their selling point. Hey, you hungry?
I think there's not enough like original thinking crossover ideas like that. An insurance company with some Taco Bell. It's like, bro, why not? Why not? Why not share? And then you scratch each other's back a little bit, a little piece of the policy. Especially like life insurance. Like, you're gonna need this.
Oh, yeah.
ASAP.
You
Yeah.
Especially if
ate
you
a
keep
cheesy
eating this
gordita.
much
Yeah,
Taco
yeah.
Bell. Yeah.
You're gonna need this. Yeah, dude.
Is that
It's like a
so?
massage parlor and like a fucking bowling alley. Like, it just, you could combine way more things to use the space. I think that with like a comedy club, because comedy clubs are open only at night, and a lot of times closed on Monday and Tuesday.
Should be a bowling alley during the
Dry
day.
cleaner.
Something,
Yeah.
dude.
Dry clean.
A slip and slide spot, where you just
There's not enough of those.
no, dude. So many, dude. If you open a slip and slide, a public, you pay to do it. So many nostalgic.
No one's just trying to
old-
figure out how to get the little league team.
Yeah. I'm just saying, dude.
See, the thing
It's
is,
where 40-year-olds and 8-year-olds can hang.
Is that why you look so young? You're just trying to get the little leaguers to come around?
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's why I got to get my beauty sleep. 'Cause I gotta go to Little League starts tomorrow. I gotta.
Okay, we
look
got to
good.
get away from this.
Yeah.
I can imagine though, if you were running the slip and slide, like as a kid, it's like, oh, throw some dish soap on there. These days, I got access to like Astroglide. I got like industrial grade lubricants.
Yeah,
Like,
you just.
I'm
never
gonna send a
stop.
kid into the sun.
Yeah.
They're going to have to sign a waiver before
Yeah, you
they
gotta sign
use
a
your
waiver.
slip
Yeah, you
and
definitely gotta
slide.
sign a waiver.
The kid's hitting terminal
doubt about it.
velocity.
Yeah, dude.
Also, you mentioned Taco Bell. Is that the worst fast food option? Is that the worst?
I know what you mean. I like it, but I only like a couple things on the menu. But it doesn't get much worse. Like,
I actually
it's,
think KFC might be.
Yeah.
Your options are so limited. It's like chicken or chicken.
Right.
To quote Tommy Boy, I had to.
Do you guys
You had
like? But like Taco Bell, I feel like there's only a couple things on the menu I like. I got a quesadilla there one time just because, and it was horrible.
Right.
Like, I don't get a quesadilla.
How do you fuck up a quesadilla?
And they do.
That's
They
impossible.
put their weird red kind of medium crab sauce,
Right.
like, and whatever cheese. It's
Forever
like,
changes the cheddar
yeah,
dynamic.
there's something. It's not salsa. It's something else red. It's not ketchup.
Oh yeah, they put that in the bean burrito. I know exactly what
You
you're
know what I
talking
mean?
about.
Like, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
like,
what this
it's
is,
like an
but it's-
enchilada sauce with onions
It's only
in it.
mildly adding, or it's not adding at all. I think it's changing the shit cheese into a shittier cheese.
I feel like we're not thinking of like the Carl's Juniors. And
I like
yeah.
Carl's Jr.
See, Arby's is always my number one.
Arby's, probably
They're
Arby's.
good or bad?
Bad.
Not even
bad.
that it's
really? I
not
like
even that
Arby's.
it's bad. It's just that I don't eat it. So to me, it's like there's nothing there that I ever want. So I'm
Right.
like, it's got to suck.
I feel
So,
like that
Other
with
than
Dairy
curly
Queen.
fries.
Arby's has
Yeah, Dairy
Great
Queen
stuff
kind
if
of
you-
sucks. Other than the
Dairy Queen sucks. Because if
Yeah.
you want to get ice cream, you're gonna
It-
go to.
I
you know,
mean,
go somewhere else.
Well,
It's-
she's the queen.
It's if I'm not mistaken, it's illegal to have Arby's in Seattle city limits, which means it's better than Dairy Queen because you cannot legally have.
We did have a
DQ.
discussion
Is this a
about
thing?
illegal
Yeah.
burgers.
There's,
Yeah,
like,
Phil
some-
Nolan.
they're
did
illegal.
Their
quickly.
meat grade is too low for the Seattle. I know we talked
Oh,
about
really?
it, but we got to call it back.
I always
because-
liked Arby's, man. Arby's sauce is really good, and there's something about that roast beef sandwich. The simplicity of it is actually really good.
See, the Arby's melt, that there's so much salt, man. That is like a kidney stone sandwich.
Oh,
It kills me
yeah.
every time.
So what? We're saying A&W.
Oh, is that a place? Yeah.
Now you're
I
getting
didn't
weird. Now you're getting Canadian on
I didn't
me.
even think of like, yeah, you can't. It's not even a real
Midwestern.
place.
That's how I feel about Sonic. Honestly.
Sonic, yeah, Sonic's alright. I've had a good meal at Sonic.
What did you have?
I don't know. I can't remember. It's a good meal. It's like a churro.
I'm not even sure that there's actual food there. I'm gonna vet anybody who's like, yeah, I've been to a Sonic. Oh, have you?
I think it was a Red Robin.
Tell
I
me
don't
about
remember.
it. I think it was a red.
I don't know
Everyone
where
I've
it
ever
was.
talked
Your
to,
story's already falling
Yeah.
apart.
everyone I've ever talked to is like the beverages are good, and now that I've heard it enough times, I'm like, they got you all to say that.
Yeah.
Whoever your captor was, whatever Stockholm syndrome shit you're in,
Yeah.
How much are they paying you?
tell them
Yeah.
the slushies are good. Don't tell them to get the food.
That's-
The ruse will be up.
That's their slogan. Food's all right, but the beverages.
You have to come for the beverages. If you order a burger, it's just a piece of cardboard
Sonic.
and it falls over on the tray.
It's just Mountain Dew. It's
Don't
like,
tell
well,
them to
it's
get
good. It's good Mountain Dew. It's the best Mountain Dew you're gonna
Oh, that's a good point. It is good Mountain Dew.
get.
Mountain Dew.
It'll tickle your innards. You know, that was their slogan in the 50s.
For real? Oh my god!
You had an old
Oh God! I almost
you had an old
They used innards in a slogan.
innards.
That-
Yeah, to make people thirsty.
Oh.
Man,
Yeah. They had
didn't
a little-
understand advertising back then.
No,
Nothing makes me thirstier than innards.
They
Oh
had
my
a
God.
they understood they had a cartoonist who could draw a prospector.
Right,
Who
right.
could then yell Mountain
But
Dew.
then they got a real prospector to do the name, to do the fucking slogan. It'll tickle your innards.
Yeah.
Like some fucking guy.
It'll tickle your innards.
Yeah.
But that's like the fun loving prospector. That's not like the There Will Be Blood Daniel Day-Lewis.
It'll
where-
tickle
Yeah.
your innards.
Yeah.
If you called me an oil man, I would agree. Jesus Christ, man. I was looking for a soft drink. Are we still at Cracker Barrel?
He classes up if he's a prospector, that's a class. I didn't know that's
That's
the
just a
level of
highbrow
prospector
joint.
you could be. That's a noble profession now. If you're Daniel Day-Lewis,
God damn it.
and there will be blood. That's impressive. I didn't know that was the upward.
It turns out that
Mobility.
you're in that promotional hierarchy.
Yeah, you're
at
just
that
trying to get to
point.
that level.
So I wanted to start doing a segment for the pod called Something Nice. Just something nice that has happened or that we've noticed. It doesn't even have to be recent. But recently, Sergio Romo of San Francisco Giants
Well, we could just
fame.
watch baseball after that. Could be fun.
He recently retired, but during spring training, every time a kid would ask him for an autograph, he would ask the kid for their autograph and have them sign his hat. So then, during his last appearance, he was wearing that hat with all the kids' autographs on it. I just thought that was really cool, and it got me thinking about when I was a kid asking for autographs, which ended really quickly because I started to look like a 35-year-old.
Yeah. Jim Edmonds
I remember,
don't want that.
Hey,
No, I remember. Yeah, I remember one time Ronnie Belliard didn't say "fuck off," but with his eyes, he was like "fuck off."
It's like Halloween. Like, dude, you're too old for
that.
that happened to you, huh?
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
get
my
off my porch.
Halloween career was done in 7th grade.
You just had to dress up as a door-to-door salesman. 'Cause, I gotta have a reason to be here.
I'm here to sell a hoop. Trick or treat.
Yeah, trick or treat. Give me a bag of stuff.
Do you have any? I'll even take the Three Musketeers. I don't care. I'm desperate at this point.
Bullshit. There's no fucking way that you're taking a candy bar with only 2 ingredients. Nonsense.
Man,
Get
We've
that-
really gone off the rails.
Get that payday shit out of here.
Autographs. I was thinking I had a cool experience with Curtis Granderson his rookie year. I remember he was signing for everybody. He was wearing his glove on his head too, which I don't know why was the most endearing thing I've ever seen in my life. But a couple years later, I was sitting in the outfield when he was with the Yankees, and he was in center field. And he's the type of guy who's like always looking around during the game, and
bored in center field.
yeah. And I just remember he kept kind of looking over towards my section, so I'd wave at him. And so from the third inning on, every inning he would come out and we'd wave at each other. And then around the 8th inning, I waved, and he just like turned and looked away, and then he turned around and went.
Oh, nice.
And pointed right at me. I was like, that was fucking cool. So Curtis Granderson is.
I always
forever
liked
my
Curtis.
guy.
That's a cool
Oh,
story.
he's great. Do you have any interesting autograph?
No, I'm one of those people that just like refuses to bother a famous person. Like the whole 5 times I've seen one, like
Yeah.
at Sasquatch, you'd have people that are there at the music festival, like to perform, but then also to go see things themselves. And I was standing right next to Jack Black at the comedy tent, and I wanted to bother him so bad. And I was like, this is Jack Black's like one chance to just watch like fucking Nick Kroll and not get bothered.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just let it slide. So, no, I mean, that said, I will bother the shit out of, some like punk rock band lead singer where it's like I see him at the bar after the show, like, yeah, you've got to sign all of my shit.
Yeah. Also, do you want to hang out?
Yeah. Yeah, that happened to me. I saw Gilliband and Ballard, and they were at the bar afterwards. And then, some of my friends started getting into an actual fist fight, and I was like, I gotta go.
I've had that happen so many times with comics where I don't know what it is. Like, I can work with the most famous comic. It doesn't matter. You're just a comic to me. And there's been so many times where I'm just like having a regular conversation with one of them, and they're like, so are you a comic? Like, not even asking. Like, I feel like they think I don't know who they are.
Because you're treating them so.
Yeah, because I'm treating
whatever.
them like a normal
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
I
What about
know
you?
You're
Have
Brian Regan.
You
Well,
have.
with comics at the Improv, I mean, you would never, but working there, like, I got to go get a water and be like, hey, Spade, do you want a water? Because I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
But you can't ask for. But I did remember that I did get autographs when I was a kid. When I was a skater kid, it's still skate, but like kid skater, I went to like a big event, and there was all these skaters, and I got a helmet signed.
Oh, fuck
Right.
yeah.
You know what's funny about that story, dude? So my dad's a psycho too.
Nice team.
My dad, we like lived with him for the first time when we were like 13, 14. Hadn't even met him till I was 11. So he's trying to be like a dad a little bit, and he's telling us we got to wear helmets because skateboarding, and we weren't into that. It wasn't cool. And so we would,
Yeah, sounds
Take
like
it
a
off.
real psycho.
yeah. But here's
That's
so that
him
was
doing
like the,
his best.
that was like the one thing that he was like, that's crazy to not wear it. So then he told us, if I ever catch you, whatever, it's gonna be. He just one day he took our boards and. Dude, he started a huge bonfire out back. Took our boards and our helmets, put them on hung them on a stick, and burned all of our fucking.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, that's
All right.
And one of them had all those autographs.
Oh,
God damn
no. No.
Dad, Rodney Mullen was in there.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
god.
Yeah.
That is a tragedy. I'm sorry, Chris. I can't even remember what you
That
wanted
is
to
brutal.
do.
No,
otherwise.
we were gonna do that was something nice. Oh, Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah.
So, Nolan, Cole has what I can only refer to as a Wikipedia problem.
Yeah.
He is on there
It's all serious.
all the time. He'll
Yes.
send me the most random Wikipedia shit ever. And so I decided we needed to take advantage of that. And sometimes we'll have him read like his search history
Yeah.
and let him pick a topic to
Oh, that's
whatever.
cool.
So
Yeah.
Cole, I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, let's talk about Terrere. So Terrere was a sort of circus street performer of sorts in the 18th century in France.
Oh God, French, of course.
Okay.
I don't know anything about him.
Here we go.
But
Here we go.
Of course he's French.
I like how you're already like,
Here we go.
Christ.
Parisians.
Jesus.
What is this, an Aaron Rodgers thing? Anyway.
But his whole thing was like being able to eat a freakish amount. And like we live in a world now of competitive eating, and it's not abnormal to see some jackass eat way too much food, but this guy was different.
He was
Like
the OG.
He was the OG, and nobody has ever found a disease in a modern person replicating what he had. So he stank terribly. You couldn't be within like 20 yards of him, or apparently just knock you down. But he could eat like 20 pounds in a sitting, and not just could eat, needed to eat. So he would like sneak out at night. And
is this a guy who like ate babies?
Yeah, he did get kicked out of a psychiatric hospital because
he like broke into the baby area and started eating kids.
He ate a baby. All right, let's not disparage Terrare too much.
Was
he ate one baby.
What was his last name? Donner?
Heyo. The predecessor.
Doing like 30 Dahmer bits in our first 10 episodes. Is this thing on? Why are we not getting followers? I just wanted to talk about the murdering rapist from Milwaukee.
I thought it was topical.
There was a Netflix show like 9 months ago.
The callback was well timed.
My mom does. It was well timed. It had everything. I don't understand where it went wrong. I'm doing the math.
How did that not? Yeah, that was math, dude. That shit added up.
My mom has because my mom's from Wisconsin. You asked me earlier. We kind of covered it on the last pod, but I'm not from Wisconsin. I'm born and raised in Washington, but my mom is from Wisconsin. If your mom's from Wisconsin, you're from Wisconsin. It's just how it goes.
It's like Judaism.
Even my family, when I go back to Wisconsin, they refer to it as me coming home, as if I ever fucking lived there, and I haven't. But
yeah.
My mom has this really weird pride. Her favorite serial killers are Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, yeah.
And Ed Gein, both from Wisconsin.
I like the idea of having a Mount Rushmore of murderers. Yeah. Who's your big four?
Yeah.
Who's on your Coach K fucking wall here? But yeah, Terrare, just eating anything in sight, disappears for years.
Who's that fucking guy who keeps winning these food eating competitions?
Oh, that's Joey Chestnut. Yeah.
Love to see them face off.
See,
yeah.
Joey
all time. Oh, that's an all-time.
I like the idea that somebody's like, "Hey, man, there's like a shitty, stupid barroom question. If you could bring anyone back from the dead and like have a dinner with them, who would it be?" Terrare, dude.
That's great.
Terrare.
See how much he could eat.
I want to see how many cats this motherfucker can put down.
Oh yeah, he was eating cats and shit.
He ate over like 200.
Oh my god.
Maybe he had like worms.
Yeah, that's. He definitely had. See, worms, I think, would be part of it, but it's just like to such an extreme, like such a crazy level.
How was he eating? Like, was he picking them off the bone? Did he just unhinge his jaw? How was this?
See, the thing is that like the temperament. He seemed like a normal guy otherwise.
No, he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, he seemed like a nice. He just ate your fucking cat.
Yeah, they always do.
They always do.
How'd this one get away, Mama?
I've seen it 100
times.
I've seen it 200 times.
Fourth date went well.
I've seen it 200 times. It's the same guy.
Those cat eaters will charm you. They'll charm you, they'll whine you, they'll dine you. The next thing you know, they're chowing down
your cat.
Every time.
See, that's how you like at that point when you're like breaking out of the psychiatric hospital to do that. It's like clearly this guy just needs food.
He has needs.
He's hungry.
What was his lifespan? Did he have like a long, robust life?
No, he did not. He did not.
He seems like a fast burn.
Also, when he would either sleep or eat, he would just start sweating profusely. Like. The body is just in.
I get that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Joey Chestnut.
You're really humanizing him for me.
Yeah,
exactly.
I get this guy.
Did he like Arby's?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically Terrare. There's not. I mean, I don't have that many bits for it because it's just such an odd
he was
character.
A street performer.
Yeah, and like he basically was in a circus of sorts
where he just ate.
Yeah, and because he could fit
That's
like
the dream.
He could fit like 12 apples in his mouth. But
what?
Yeah,
that's like a whole other skill.
He was unhinging his jaw. He had to, like cartoonishly.
Well, I'm also not convinced that these people weren't operating on a different apple scale. Like these weren't like some fucking Honeycrisp.
These also sound like biblical stories. Yeah. Like, he fed 5,000 people. It was like 10
He
guys.
lived in a whale for 3 days.
Yeah.
No, he. He slept in a Pizza Hut for 14 hours.
Yeah. He ate 2 whole pizzas, and everybody's like, "Oh, this guy's
Feed him
can't
a
stop
baby.
eating."
Feed him
Yeah.
see what he does.
Yeah.
Everything just turns into a tall tale.
Yeah.
How do you go from, I don't know, stew to like, I'm eating a cat today?
Yeah.
I don't care what happens.
He's homeless at that point. He's alienated everybody because he
ate his
eats all their
house.
food.
Yeah.
So he's not getting any more food from
Yeah.
anybody else.
I don't know. Back in that day when food was kind of scarce, that would drive me
I'll
nuts.
bet, yeah.
Probably happened. Was
Yeah.
he
It does kind of
homeless? Do we
sound
know?
no, but I do think that he suffered some late in life sort of, economic turmoil.
Why hasn't this happened since? Do we or
Because they don't even know what disease it was. There's one other guy from around the same time they're aware of that like did this kind of thing, but they don't. There's no
Tapeworm.
contemporary example.
Tapeworm.
No, because it would go through. So like, people have tapeworms today. Like, this seemed to be different.
What?
Mm.
No, keep going.
Being the guy that can't believe a tapeworm exists. This is my new character, guys.
I'm
the guy
working
that
on it.
doesn't
I'm
believe
still
in
ironing
tapeworms.
out.
He really just has one speed. He just doesn't believe it, and that's it.
He's otherwise normal. Talk about sports, anything else. It's good. You bring up tapeworms.
He has no strong counterpoints. He just refuses to believe that it's real.
It's not the strongest character I've come up with, but gets the job done.
He's got a
damn it.
high-pitched voice.
All right, Chris, you got anything else you want to do?
Look at the list again. I know there was one more. Where are we at in time?
Hour 10.
Oh, let's just call it.
Okay.
You
That
want to
works.
wrap it up? I'm still. How red am I right now?
No,
I
you're
feel
looking
like
fine.
we're gonna have to print bumper stickers that say "How red am I right
You're
now?"
red.
I swear that I
You're looking
say
good.
it. I say it every episode.
I feel red.
We got the good lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll wrap it up. But
Oh wait, tell them to like and subscribe. We haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
We have to start saying it.
all right. I'll make sure to do that. All right. Well, that wraps up episode number 8.
Look at the camera.
Thank you very much, Nolan, for joining us on this episode, our very first guest. I was informed by Chris right before I launched into this spiel that y'all should like and subscribe. Continue to tune in. We'll be doing this every week, whether you like it or not. And otherwise, have a great second lunch.